I recently jumped onto the vocals of Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam with their MTV Unplugged performance of Black, and I was very intrigued. I really loved that performance. I just loved where his voice was going and how it kept growing. And another vocalist that I really enjoy a lot is Chris Cornell. So it is absolutely astounding how this song hasn't spiked up yet, but here we are. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer Glatzhofer, but you can call me Jen. I am a singer and a voice teacher, and yes, I will be looking at Temple of the Dog Hunger Strike. As always, this will be a reaction and an analysis video, so I will be stopping and talking about the vocals. If you'd rather watch the full thing uninterrupted, I have left the link to the original video in the description below. I am really excited to hear Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell together, both vocalists. I'm sure there's going to be lots to talk about. So if you do enjoy my content over here and want to know more and want to just have more fun, come and join me over on Patreon. The link's in the description below. I think there's nothing left to do other than hit that subscribe button and the bell button, and let's get to it.
I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence, but I can't feed all the powerless when my cup's already overfilled.
Oh, I really love the completion of the words here already. It's a very flowing feel to his voice, but I just love how the endings of the words, I haven't got the lyrics up. I love how the endings of the words at the end of the phrases are very completed as well. Like we're hearing that. Like decadence. Who puts that in a song? That is a word. Oh, sorry, I've just done a little bit of quick research on the song. Look, you're just witnessing this song for the first time. So I do see that Chris Cornell wrote this song early 90s. Let's go back to the beginning. I love as well this ad-lib had a little bit of that cry element onto it.
I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence.
Yeah, I love decadence. As he lowers onto the lower note of that word, we do get a kind of shift and drop of that tongue as well, just changing that tone. There's such a nice brightness and twang present, which helps us keep this ever-flowing feel of the lines as well.
But I can't feed all the powerless when my cup's already overfilled. Yeah. But it's on the table, the fire's cooking, and the farming babies with slaves are working. Blood is on the table and the mouths are choking. I'm going hungry. I don't mind.
Oh, I love the break in his voice there. Really cool. Range-wise, we're a little bit higher in his top part of his chest voice. Not like the top part, but we're a little bit higher than where he would talk. And he's keeping this bright, stretched kind of vowel placement. Obviously, it's a music video. He's singing over the top. But I'm loving these little cries that we're hearing every so often as well.
And the farming babies with slaves are working. The blood is on the table and the mouths are choking. I'm going hungry.
Oh, that's really interesting word-wise. We're doing, is it the same? I don't mind stealing. Yeah, it's the same, exact same. So it's really cool that we get like we hear Chris Cornell sing and now Eddie Vedder come forward with the same line, and let's just look at the similarities and the differences. There is a lovely element of twang in both of these singers that we've heard separately. So now hearing them together, there's a lovely continuous brightness that we're feeling. So they really complement each other in that way. What's different here is that we're kind of getting a little bit sung through the teeth almost. It's like we're getting this way down. We've already spoken actually about, if you go and watch my reaction to Pearl Jam's Black performance on MTV Unplugged, how there is a little bit of that tongue placement involved. So there's a little bit more of a darker pulled down quality in Eddie Vedder's delivery, whereas just looking at this first line, Chris Cornell had a little bit more of a spread kind of brightness, the tongue kind of relaxed at the bottom, stretching out a little bit. It's nice that we hear the two straight after.
I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence, but I can't feed on the powerless when my cup's already overfilled.
Oh, he's got a lovely connection down in his lower part, which is really nice. So it's already very different from the first verse for sure. It's like we've had a bit more of a spread brightness that way. Now we're getting a little bit more of an oval, open vowel shape. It just creates different tunnels. It's just so interesting. But again, twang very much present.
On the powerless when my cup's already overfilled.
Oh, so connected.
But it's on the table, the fire's cooking, and the farming babies of the slaves are out working. And it's on the table, the mouths are choking, but I'm going hungry. I'm going
Oh, just hearing that over high ad-lib from Chris Cornell, with that slight distortion, it's just so freeing. I love that. These are two very different singers, obviously, but like it's just so, they work so well together because of the level of distortion and freedom that they do have individually. But I just love that Eddie Vedder really shapes his mouth to create these overall tones as well. We're getting a little bit of like tension in the lips, which compresses the sound a little bit. And then literally the line after, we're getting nice open spaces, and it really, again, shifts that shape and overall timbre a lot. There's a consistency with Chris Cornell's delivery, and then we get a little bit of distortion there. But here it's like he's really utilizing every single like muscle that he has to kind of create this box, create this shape.
but I'm going hungry.
Kind of remains in that space.
I'm going hungry.
Like, just look at the hungry. Yes, he's in a lower note here. But because he's not like changing the shape of his mouth, he can hold on to that quality without causing tension to himself. Like he's like, I will stay here. Keep this drone sustained pedal note almost. It's not, if there is vibrato, it's very minuscule, like tiny, but it's just kind of consistently there. And then completely the opposite feel from Chris Cornell, where we get this like scream, lovely open space. Yes, we're higher. His range to maintain on this thick quality is just stunning.
But I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry.
So I just love how that was repeated 4 times. Vocally didn't really change. It was just a repeated 4 times kind of, I wouldn't even say it was getting more intense musically. It was just kind of it's this kind of like, I'm going hungry, I'm going round and round and round, hello, hello, hello. I loved how, like, Eddie Vedder's got such a dark, rich tone down here, so they complement, again, even though they're very, one's screaming up there, one's kind of keeping sustained, it's very well, they complement each other so well, having this lower range covered and then having this scream high chest belt, rock belt covered. Woo! Who's on drums? Oh, those screams are just chilling. Like, it's just an outpour of emotion. And again, we've gone back to I'm going hungry. Well, interestingly here though, we had a nice I'm going, so we kind of after this instrumental guitar, nice drum fill, I really loved that. I want to know more about the musicians as well, like all of them. I just love how we get this so it's kind of right. Let me bring back the resonance where I want to create it. I'm going hungry. Let's just go back as well. Does he break the and I'm? Because so far his onsets have been really, really smooth. The I'm going hungry. He needs to, even though range-wise he's not on that specific line, he's not getting higher. He needs to have a lovely connection on the if he was sending too much breath, he's holding on to this long note and he might feel like he can't complete the phrase, so he's utilizing this really well. Yeah, he just dips down a little bit, otherwise he's kind of saying and using that to go on to the I'm. Woo! I'm sorry, I'm loving the hairography. These flips. I'm here for it. Oh my god, his rattle in his voice. Did you what is going on? B4. Okay, wow. So into the second passage for a male lower set voice, we go through different passages or passagios in our voice. The first passage being where our vocal folds are going from thick to thin really quickly. So if you've ever experienced the that kind of break, then that's the first passage. The second passage is when our vocal folds are going from thin to even thinner. It's not as obvious that we're going through that stage because we're already in like thinner quality, but it's another kind of gear shift, gear change. So here, the fact that he's really lovely and open. Yeah, he's actually, the rattle, the distortion he's throwing in his voice is so wonderful and magical, but it also gives us a fuller sound as well. So rather than lifting up with our thicker folds, which is just going to be incredibly high, like why would you risk doing that? He's relying on that distortion, on this twang, this bright presence to get this lovely glorious cry. And then not only does he hit that, he then stays on this for this entire part of the song. Yeah, no man, like just stays up there. Actually, in this little section, I know it's a music video, but you can really see the ha, 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 like he's kind of, there's a slight lift of that larynx, not to the point where it's coming down. It's still free. It's not like staying up there and I'm stuck, because that would be uncomfortable and placing the larynx in a place where it's just not, it causing irritation. It's got this freedom. There's a lift, a lean back. Like I said, I know this is obviously a music video, so it's already recorded and they're singing over the top, but we're seeing someone who's still singing along. Nah, where does it go here? E5 now. Nah, and watch how the vowel is a placement. Nah, it's just so good. Lots of cry. Wah! Like if you think about actual cry, like wah wah. There's so much mixed quality used in that. It's not wah wah like head voice hurting. It's not wah reaching up like I can't. Wah! It's so good. I was just about to say those going hungry. That suddenly sounded like a lot lower than that E5 that we just heard. Obviously it is. But also the fact that we're a bit lower, we can get a little bit thicker with our vocal folds again. You know, every voice is different. Chris Cornell is incredible. I'm going to say is, because he is. Again, a constant throughout this, which complements Chris Cornell's beautiful high belts, is Eddie Vedder's low sustained. Those have still got the same quality as before. Oh, so we end on that big scream. Wow. So interesting. I love how we did hear the two have their separate verses, so we got to hear them both shine, and then we had the ad-lib freedom from Chris Cornell and the sustained drone almost from Eddie Vedder, really complimenting each other. Wow, that was so cool. Oh, well, I've had quite a journey. Really, really enjoyed that. Both of those voices. I mean, like I said, I enjoy Chris Cornell's voice anyway, and I'm just being introduced to Eddie Vedder, so really, really nice pairing of the two. Well, thank you very much for watching this reaction and analysis video. Do let me know in the comments below what you'd like me to react to next, and I'll see what I can do. But otherwise, hit that subscribe button, the bell button, and thumbs up button, and remember to check me out over on Patreon as well. There's lots more content over there, lots more fun to be had, but I'll see you very soon. Bye.